Good morning. I came across a story recently about a school custodian out in North Carolina. At an elementary school out there, a man named Raymond Brown. Mr. Brown has been at the school for more than 15 years now and has had the opportunity to be a part of thousands of children and families' lives. He's one of those people that just brings joy to everybody around him. Well, one of those families that he has helped to bless over the years is the Wood family. The mother of 4 children is Adrienne Wood, and her youngest is a little boy named Amos. She said whenever she first sent Amos to school, she was even more nervous about sending him than she was the first 3, because when Amos went to school, he was just 3 years old, and he had a severe form of autism. He wouldn't speak to hardly anybody, especially not outside the family. He was still wearing diapers. He wouldn't even say daddy at home. Well, she was really nervous about sending him to school. Well, when Raymond Brown heard about Amos, he decided to make it his mission to make this boy smile, to be able to have fun with him. And so anytime he was wandering around the school and he would come across Amos, he would always shout out, "Hey, famous Amos!" Well, after a while, Amos started to get used to this, and he really liked this treatment. Every time he saw Mr. Brown, he would start to smile whenever he heard, "Hey, famous Amos." Pretty soon, he started responding back with, "Hey, Mr. Brown." Now, here was this young boy who wasn't even saying daddy, wouldn't talk to anybody outside the family, but all of a sudden, this custodian who had made such a difference for him, he was speaking to him. Before long, Amos started not just loving school, but he started to thrive in school, really because of the joy that he found from Mr. Brown, Raymond Brown. Well, in North Carolina, every year they have a contest called the North Carolina School Heroes Contest. And so Adrienne Wood decided that she wanted to submit Mr. Brown to be a school hero. They had this competition and people are allowed to vote and submit their nominees. In the end, there's one winner that is selected, and that winner receives a $10,000 prize. So Adrienne really wanted Raymond Brown to receive this prize for what he had done for her son. Unfortunately, in the end, somebody else was chosen, but Adrienne still wanted to recognize him. So she simply made a post on her social media expressing her gratitude to Raymond Brown and talking about what he had done, what he had meant to her, to Amos, and to their family. She put out this post, and pretty soon people responded to it, and people wanted to make their own contributions to bless him, to express their gratitude for what he had done. Well, as soon as people started making their contributions to it, the post continued to be shared, and before long, it went viral on social media. And they raised just a little bit more than $10,000. They raised more than $35,000 to go to Raymond Brown as an expression of their gratitude for what he had done to bless not just Amos, but so many other children's lives. I can tell you that it wasn't just Adrienne or Amos or even just Raymond that was blessed by that act of kindness. Everybody who chose to be a part of it, to give, to make their posts, everybody was blessed by being a part of something kind. It reminded me of a story from the Gospels when Jesus was out teaching the crowds one day. They realized it was about time to eat, and they had all of these people who had come to hear him preach. And so Jesus turned to his disciples and said, "We need to be able to feed them." The disciples knew that with so many thousands of people, there was no way that they had enough food. Suddenly, there was one young boy who was standing nearby, and he had a couple fish and loaves of bread. And he came over and he offered what he had to feed the crowds. The disciples knew that this wouldn't go very far, that they wouldn't be able to feed everybody with that. And yet Jesus took this little boy's offering and he blessed it, and he told the disciples to begin to go and spread it around. And before they knew it, all of these thousands of people had eaten more than they could handle, and there were still all of these baskets of fish and bread left over. Jesus was able to take this one small boy's offering, this small act of kindness, and he was able to multiply it, to do something incredible. That's what God is able to do. When you and I offer ourselves just small acts of kindness, whether it be a social media post, a thank you note, maybe a small gift that we give to thank somebody or to bless somebody's life, God is able to take those acts of kindness and use them in ways that bless life far beyond what we can imagine. Today, you and I have an opportunity to have our eyes opened to see the places where we can make a difference. Maybe it's something as simple as making a social media post to express our gratitude. Maybe it's giving financially to bless somebody else's life. Maybe it's going out of our way to show kindness to a young boy who is in need. Whatever it might be, I know that when we offer our small acts of kindness to God, God is going to be able to take those and use them. And the ripple effects of that kindness will go far beyond anything that we could imagine. But God is able to use that to change the world. I hope you make today a great day.